All right, what's going on, everybody? So, the Sonic 3 movie spoilers discussion is finally ready. Thank you guys for being so patient, but it took us a while. Shinizaki did most of the editing. I came back and did a few more edits, a few more tags here and there, and I did a little edit at the end, so stick around for that. So, but other than that, thank you guys for waiting. Thank you for clicking on the video and watching. Make sure you hit the like button, comment below, tell me what you think, and hope you enjoy it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Z Saber, and we are talking about the Sonic Adventure 3, or Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. And we also gonna be talking about the adventure game as well. And we recently had a review discussion about the movie. We gave our ratings, we gave general thoughts, how we feel about it and everything. And we was holding back a whole lot, so we ready to just get right into it. And today I'm joined by Shinizaki once again. Shinizaki, say what up to the people.
Yo, what's going on? Shinizaki back again. Real good movie, but yeah, I'm hot. So,
Yep. And we also have a guest today, Quillz. Say what up to the people.
How's it going, everybody? I want to thank y'all for having me. I'm ready to bust this one wide open with y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's straight from the trenches in Mobius, y'all. So he ready.
yes, sir.
Yeah, Quillz actually has a lot more knowledge and experience when it comes to Sonic. And so his input is definitely appreciated. And we thank you for coming.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The first scene we have in the movie is Prison Island. Now, I really like how they did this segment. This was really interesting. Seeing Shadow in the capsule and he gets released. How we feel about this part of the movie? Shinizaki, I'll let you go.
Well, you know what? Since we have the guest, well, you know what? No, I can't say that. I want the guest to go first, but I gotta say, you got more context. But according to Z Saber, so look, I want to say this was a good scene. It was a great scene. Okay. I'm really happy that they stuck with the skating mechanic that Shadow has, because I was worried that they're gonna change that to some snowboard or something, knowing how Hollywood is. And they did a very good job at it. You know what I'm saying? To see him skating over the water, that was fire. Now, as far as how he got unlocked, I don't ever remember seeing Shadow teleporting like it's Dragon Ball Z. You know, that's new to me. Like I thought he was just gonna be super fast with the electricity and just the variation of Sonic. And one thing I feel like they flopped on in this movie is the spin ball mechanic. They just totally just dropped that ball. No pun intended. They dropped the ball on the spin ball mechanic for everybody, and I don't know why. It is the most ridiculous thing ever, if you ask me. But the scene was fire. Yeah, and I did like it. So Quills.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say this was actually one of my favorite scenes in the movie. For a little context, I have y'all seen Sonic 2, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Of course, the spoiler ending of Sonic 2. Just giving a little, warning there. Of course, Shadow was the end cameo there. I want to go ahead and say, people was able to dissect his model from that movie, and it was actually just a recolor of Sonic. He didn't have his own model yet.
Yes.
So
Really, I
in
didn't
this
know.
one, yeah, in this one, they updated his model and it looks perfect. The way he's introduced when he bursts out the capsule and the water dripping off his fur, he looks like incredible. It's so intimidating. You can feel that he's dangerous and everybody's just all up on him, just trying to gun him down and get him under control. And just I feel like they handled his hostile personality perfectly. That was great.
Yes.
I say that for that part, but I won't say that for the some other parts. Okay. Now I gotta say this, dude, because I am irate right now. I'm irate.
I am too.
Look, I'm irate for more reasons than you realize, these sabers. Because Look. Hey, look. I am living right now. Um, look. Hey, you said that Shadow did not have his own character model. That was a reskin of Sonic's character model at the end of the movie.
Yeah, at the time they didn't even like have Shadow like at all. Like they didn't have. Of course, they didn't have him talk because they had no voice actor. But it was just basically a teaser.
Wow.
That's
So
crazy.
that's crazy. So they put the flares up on the spikes and everything. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. I want to see that end credit scene again. Now I'm finna go on YouTube or something to pull that up. I want to see that. Check that out.
Right.
Okay.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, that's wild.
So that gives a lot of context to what we're gonna talk about with the credits at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder.
Yep.
So
Don't tell me that's the skin of Knuckles.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? That's the skin of Knuckles. For real.
a
That'd be
reskin of Tails or something,
right. Super
All
woke.
right. All right, so yeah, this scene was really dope. It really gave Shadow a menacing presence, because as they always say, first impressions is everything.
Yeah, when I
So-
saw that, I was like, dude, he finna be going in.
Yeah.
Dude was rigid. And we start.
You know what?
Let me not jump in. Come on.
Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I noticed something, but I let it slide. I let it slide.
I ain't letting that slide, bro. I ain't letting that slide. This ain't happening again.
I know.
All right, I'm on a hot spot now. All right. So yeah, let's go on to the next clip of the movie. So the next clip is Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. They're going for a race. Now, this scene.
You seen it, Will?
Oh yeah, I see it.
This,
Okay, well, hold on. I'll say it. My man glitches, bro. You freezing.
Oh, am I freezing?
You freezing like crazy.
All right. Let me know when I'm good.
Stuck in chaos control over there.
For real.
Let me know when I'm good, y'all. Let me know when I'm good. Hold on one second. I see it right here.
You buy me. Hey, do me a favor, bro. Do me a favor, bro. Hey, look, before you go any further, my guy, do me a favor. Connect it to your hotspot
I
on your
did.
phone.
I did.
Okay,
Let me do it again.
bro, you sounded like Optimus Prime, bro. You sound like Magneto right now, bro.
Hold on a second. Okay, how I am now, y'all.
Much better on my
Sounded
end.
better.
Yeah,
Better?
we'll see. Yep.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
So probably gotta give it a minute to catch up. Okay, so yeah, this part of the movie, after seeing Shadow, we get hit with Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles hanging out with the fam, going for a race, and Sonic is full of energy, obviously. But I'm thinking at this part of the movie, I'm like, it's no way that they can beat Sonic. Like, why are they going for this race?
That's
You know
what
what I'm
that's
saying?
what I was too.
And they had a nice little cameo with the goal. He ran past the goal, like in the games. I thought that was a nice little touch that they did.
And they included the little cue music when you beat the stage as well.
Exactly. And so obviously they were holograms. They set it up for him to, surprise him for his birthday. So they had a good time. and they end up finding Sonic's old lair from the first movie. Now, they had a nice little scene here with the nunchucks too. Yeah, Sonic. He's like, "Oh yeah, my security device," and he did the little.
You
Did you
glitching hard,
guys?
bro. You know what I think it is, bro?
What's that? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, you glitching hard, bro. You know what I think it is. Hey, do me a favor and go through those screenshots super slow. Let me see what happens.
Super slow.
I think you're going through them too fast and the internet can't catch up.
Oh, it's rendering. It's trying to render.
Yeah,
Wow, okay.
hard, bro. Every time you go through the screenshot, you go.
Oh wow.
You be sounding crazy, bro. You sound like you get split through that matrix in the astral plane, bro.
Man.
So I need you to go through those. Oh, we done talking about it, and then maybe go to the next one. You flip
Okay.
back and forth too much, it glitch hard.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, what's y'all thoughts on the Sonic's lair?
This was cool. I thought this was cool because it showed where his little hideout was in the very first movie, which was, to my point, one of the first and only times we saw him go to the spinball. And I just feel like that's such a, that's you do that so many times in the games, whether it be the old games. Every time he jumped, he in the ball, But it's like they just dropped the ball on that. I feel like I would have liked seeing that a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned the spinball or the spin dash. It's like, I'm used to him doing the homing attack a lot too. They actually don't do that at all in these movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a missed opportunity of that is when Dr. Robotnik have all the drones. He should be able to spin and bounce on all the drones, just like how
Yeah.
you do in Sonic Adventure. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
All right. Let's go on to the next clip.
I do want to touch and say, like, this scene, like, I feel like they needed a few more scenes like this. Like, I know they slowed down, like, for him to connect with his father figure, Tom.
Mhm.
I feel like they need a little bit more of this to like to build that connection like they had in the first movie again. Because like I just feel like, imagine coming into this and like not knowing what's going on. You're gonna be like, who's this one dude, this one human character with Sonic? So
yeah, like what this dude got to do. But to that point though, Z Saber mentioned in the previous video, the non-spoiler review, like, what did you think about the wedding scene? And I'm like, well, in Sonic 2, I thought the wedding scene was hilarious because, they gotta have a little bit more, human, to make this believable. And that's what I want to say about Shadow and Maria as well. They gotta add a little bit of somewhat of a connection. But like for this though, I think you're right though, because like if you're really new to Sonic, you coming in at this point, you're like, what is this Furbies or something? Like, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have no context to like how this dude even came here or anything. They should really expound on that a little bit more,
Yeah. I really liked how they did a repeat of that scene with him with the nunchucks, and it was like you could see where they improved in the I believe Quills, you sent me a comparison photo of what he looked like in the first movie versus what he looks like in the third movie, and how they fixed the graphics and really updated him on his character.
oh yeah,
You can really
you can
see
definitely
that
tell.
with the nunchucks. So
You can really tell that the detail is much more clear now. Like I said, them scenes where they're like in the rain or like they got the close ups on the fur. It's really good looking.
hmm and speaking of that,
Bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's wallpaper material right there.
this shot when he was talking with Tom, and Tom was telling him of how much what's inside counts, and how he was able to develop that closeness with Sonic, and Sonic developing a friendship with him. Sonic's like, man, I don't know what I'll do without you, Tom. I'll probably be a totally different hedgehog. and it went right to Shadow. I was like, oh, that
Oh,
cut,
good editing.
that
Yeah.
cut. Like I had goosebumps, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and this dude, he's just pissed.
yeah, yeah. That was tight. I like that. I like how they cut it right there. You know what that part remind me of when Black Panther lost the throne and his brother was on the throne, and they had the camera upside down, like the whole turn of events just turned
Bro,
upside
that
down.
was one of the coldest shots I've ever seen.
I promise you, bro, that was so cool. And then they turned the camera back up, like, dude, like he just flipped the whole script. You know,
Yes,
that's what this shot remind me of right here.
man.
You know, like you said it, how they did it like that.
And
So while we talking a little about Shadow, like, so how do y'all feel about Keanu voicing him?
oh my God, he's perfect,
Bro.
man. He
I don't
is
think they could have
perfect.
found a better performer, to be honest, bro. When I heard that, I'm like, dude, he looks like if Keanu was like not a human, it'd be this dude. Yeah, you know, like, come on, bro. Like that was like the perfect cast. You know, usually they do some terrible casting when it comes to voice actors. They get people who have no idea who these characters are or anything, you know, and then they say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna do this and you're gonna play this person great," you know. But yeah, this was a good cast for the voice actors. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
that-
and I just want
Oh
to
yeah, go ahead.
I just want to touch on like the details that they put in this movie with that rain just coming off of his quills and his hair and everything like that. You could really just see how much how much the budget was in this movie. You know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah,
he looks so realistic right here in this scene. This is probably like one of my top scenes. Which really all the scenes with Shadows, my favorite scenes.
I
Basically.
mean, yeah. I mean, that honestly, it was like they couldn't show him enough. You know what I mean? Because like they didn't want to overdo it. All that soft, empty stuff that could have got cut out a little bit, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as his design, I mean, they couldn't have did this dude. The spikes look like Vegeta, bro. You know what I'm saying? It look like this is Vegeta right now, bro. You
Yeah,
know?
I see that that widow's peak right there. He definitely do.
It's crazy. Like they snapped on that.
Yeah.
Even with how, you know, Toriyama does the character design, how if you look at all of the people in Dragon Ball, their eyes are like triangles. And they
Right.
kind of got that right here in this shot. You know what I mean? They
Right.
just got like a triangle and then like pupil in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of anime cues in this movie we'll touch on.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. For sure.
All right. So we get to see the world from Shadow's perspective. Hopefully, I'm not biased. Am I good?
You're actually, bro, you ever since I said that, you have been good ever since, bro.
All right. Bet.
You've been good ever since, bro.
So he realizes that he's awake after 50 years. And so this means that Shadow's story take place in 1974. If you do the math, 1974, 50 years later, 2024. He gets surrounded by the cops. He's trying to figure out what is going on. Leave me alone. Where am I supposed to, you know, he's trying to figure out where to go. And man, that water, man, that looks so good, man. Now, initially, I remember Shinizaki, you were saying how you did not like the furry look on the characters.
So
and I was really curious. I was really curious on this part of the movie, like how you really felt, because he's looking really furry right now.
Yeah. So like honestly, I was like, man, like how he looked in the games, just like smooth and everything. I'm like, dude, this is a cold design, you know, even with Knuckles, like I just got used to that. But if you really thought about if these quote unquote hedgehogs or animals were real, this is what they would look like. I mean, honestly, I mean, that's what you look at a hedgehog, the thing is full of spikes like this, you know, spiked fur. So after really thinking about it, like bringing this to life, they really did an excellent job. And I have no complaints anymore on how the spikes or anything looks. I think it looks good. Like I'm thoroughly satisfied with the CGI and the design of these characters going from anime 3D models to actual cinematic 3D models. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
it grew on me. It grew on me like instantly, bro. When I saw dude in the chamber, I was like instantly acclimated. Like I was like, ah, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about no more. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah,
Yeah, I agree. It's like honestly, I've grown to like the how they look in the movies so much. It's like I almost kind of prefer them sometimes to the games because like I go and play the games again. I look and it's like they look cool, but they look so plasticky, compared to the movies now.
and see, that's a powerful point because I'm like, moving forward, man. You know, even with like Sonic, was it not Sonic Generations? What's the new open world one or like the
Frontiers.
Frontiers? Honestly, bro, they should switch that whole character design of Sonic and make them look like this because they could do this in games. They
They
can
can,
make them
yeah.
look like with the little rigid points of fur and stuff. You know, like if you touch them, you see the fur between your fingers and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they should just make the next Sonic game with these type of models in it, bro. I think that's gonna be fire. It's what everybody's familiar with now. It's like the new generation. You know what I'm saying? And with how much money the movies made, the next game got to hit, and I think it should be Sonic Adventure 3 with these based on character models. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, because I mean, really, like they got a lot of stuff to introduce. They gotta talk about Silver Hedgehog. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's other characters that they could bring into all this. You know, so
Yeah. There's already mods for Frontiers where you can have Sonic, the movie Sonic character model in the game. So they're already doing it. So Sega has a means of doing it. You know, if fans can do it, you know Sega can. So
oh, absolutely, absolutely.
so so Shadow gets surrounded by the cops. He wants to be left alone. Then it comes over to this scene with Sonic and his family, and Gun shows up. So Gun recruits Sonic and his team to figure out what's going on in Tokyo to solve this issue in Tokyo. So they get on the plane. By the way, this is Kristen. This is Kristen Ritter. She's the one that's actually directing. So
Wait,
I didn't know.
she's directing.
She's
So
the-
just a correction.
oh, it's
She's the
correction?
director of like Gun. The director of the movie is Jeff Fowler.
Oh,
But
my
she's the
bad.
director of in the movie. She's the director of Gun in the movie, like
Yes.
the whole of like the script and everything during the recording process.
She's like the high commander director of Gun.
Okay,
Okay.
just for the movie. I'm thinking like in real life that was her job.
Nah, she
Yeah.
just and she just an actress, yeah.
Yeah.
Got you. So that's my mistake on that. Good looking on correcting that quick.
Bro, when I first saw this chick, I thought this was Anne Hathaway. I'm like, did they put this chick in this movie, bro? Like, who is this? I'm so terrible with actors. I'm like, I don't even know who this is right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I remember her from that Marvel series. What was it called? She was with Luke Cage and I forgot her name though. But like, yeah, she had like 2 seasons of it. It was popular for a little bit on Netflix.
Got you.
yeah, yeah, bro. Yeah.
Cool. Yep. So they get on the helicopter, and I like this scene. I feel like they shoot it in the line that Sonic says. I feel like they shoot it in because of where they at in this story and what happens. How do y'all feel about that when he said that line?
I feel like it was good. I recognized it right away, to be honest, when he said the thing about Sonic or Team Sonic.
After that,
After that, what was the line? Refresh my memory.
Quills, you remember that line?
Yeah, it's like one of his most iconic lines from Sonic Adventure 2 when he jumped out the plane, like the low budget flights, and he like, no food or movies, and I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It was almost 2-1 in this one. Like I you know what, I liked it because I do see like this definitely was a setup for that line, but I'm glad they included it anyway because like a lot of people know that line from the game.
Mm-hmm. So it was definitely fan service.
Yeah, definitely fan service. But I thought it was cool. I mean, the fan service is no more than him eating the chili dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
Everything it's a chili dog, bro. And then that goes from the earliest times. You know, you learn anything about Sonic. The boy liked chili dogs.
Right.
You know?
You know, what's funny is like because they included chili dogs. Like the one thing I always wish they would include in these movies was like some kind of cameo or nod to Jaleel White in some way.
Right.
Because like I guess it's starting to become more common knowledge. But like Jaleel White, who was Steve Urkel back in the day, he voiced Sonic in them early cartoons.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Wow, Steve Urkel really matters, bro.
Yes.
That's hilarious, dude. Oh man, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is that sometimes certain lines that Sonic says, I feel like Ben Short's kind of his inflections in his voice and stuff. It kind of sounds like, you know, how he sounded in the old cartoon. Sometimes to me, in my opinion, anyway. But
Yeah, I can hear it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. He plays a good Sonic. I don't have any complaints. I feel like the casting of Sonic is great. I touched on it in the previous non-spoiler part, but I feel like Knuckles is not the Knuckles that I 100% would have liked him to be, according to the game. In the games, he was like a lone wolf, you know, and he was like this, you know, this edgy kind of dude where it's like, I'll help you if you need it, but I'm not doing it for my own sake. Or I mean, I'm not doing it, or like it is like I'm doing it for me. Like I'll help you, but I got my own agenda. You know what I mean? And they kind of like erased that whole identity of him and turned him into a meathead. You know what I'm saying? A meathead, bro. Like, really, dude? Like, come on.
Yeah. They for a while they had him like that, especially when they started like that Sonic Boom cartoon. He was definitely like just a muscle meathead. He was like just the dumbest character on the show. But like I still remembered like Knuckles from like the games from Sonic Adventure. Like a lot of people make the connection like Sonic and like Dragon Ball Z. Knuckles always reminded me of Piccolo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Cool, calm, and collected, and just only showed up when it was like getting tough.
Exactly. Like,
right.
no, so I don't know where they think reliving the meathead prerogative is better than just the Sonic 3 one, but I don't know. Yeah, they gotta I would like them to kind of direct him to be a little bit more, smarter than just being the Hulk of the show. You know what I mean? So, and we're gonna talk about those Dragon Ball type of similarities too, because my girl was talking about the supersonic stuff. Because they took that straight from Dragon Ball, bro. Come on, bro. Let's keep it real. We're gonna talk about that later, though. We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah. So yeah, and I do like the fact that Knuckles is against the whole Team Sonic thing. That he's just like Team Knuckles, because he's supposed to be he feels that he's the strongest, the most capable, and so it should be him as the team leader or whatever. And so I thought that was nice how they did that little rivalry there with that, and then it develops throughout the movie. But
right. And another thing too about Knuckles, like I don't feel like they did enough justice with his gliding mechanic. That was one of the highlights of the old games, is that Knuckles can glide. He put his fist out, then he kind of be like flying a little bit. They kind of dropped the ball on that, man. They didn't really have a lot of scenes where he really kind of like brought that to life. You know what I mean? So I just feel like they did a good on a lot of things, but they also, I guess they were mindful of not being 100% fan service. You know what I mean? Because that's not cool either.
Yeah, and I do hope to see like in the next movie and the further in the franchise they do incorporate more of like they moves from the games and stuff.
Yeah,
like the drop down, the drop dash and stuff like that.
yep.
Right.
And Knuckles had the Dragon Ball Z punches, where he'd be punching real fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that was in Sonic Adventure 2.
Right.
Yeah, where he'd do the real fast punches.
All right. So the next scene. So they land. They got the superhero poses. This is a nice shot that I like. I took a screenshot of this. Um, and there was a giant tank that flew in, and Knuckles grabbed it. Because previously he was saying that he was all like muscle, like his whole body is all muscle. So he was like 1000% muscle or whatever. And he just like chucked the tank to the side. So that's pretty accurate with the games, where whenever you are using Knuckles or whatever, he just can lift things, and it's like effortlessly lift it up and toss it. So I thought that was cool.
Looking at this shot though, it just made me think. I don't know if it's just a shot, but do y'all think Knuckles should have had a couple more dreads, bro? Like, I think they kind of skipped him on his dreads, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think from that angle, it looked like a couple of his dreads are hiding behind his back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
It's just a weird angle to me.
He has the same amount of dreads. I did notice though that with the dreads that's right on the side of his face, they don't really animate those dreads much. They're like kind of stiff.
Yeah.
But those dreads should be able to like flex and animate like the rest of his quills too.
Right. I feel like that. Yeah. I think that's why I'm hung up on it. And that might be they should have had a little bit more movement. They just stiff like. Yeah.
Yeah. So this was a good shot. So the big man shows up. I liked his entrance, man. His entrance was so like they made an iconic entrance in this movie with Shadow. When walking up that burning rubble, and you just see the fire. I don't got the shot, but you just see the fire around his foot. He's walking up, looking down, and this is recapturing that iconic scene from the game. Now, what's different here is that Sonic is with Tails and Knuckles now, whereas in the game, Sonic was by himself with this confrontation. What was y'all feelings at this moment in the movie?
So, I thought it was a good job. Like, this is, of course, it's not 2-to-1 recreation of the exact same, but because other characters had to be there, they had to include them, with this scene as well. Of course, like Shadow's not holding the emerald like he was in the game, but it's like in this one, he kind of don't even need it after what he did to him.
Yeah.
So, but like I like how this they took off, and they all thought they can just like take him out, and Shadow just shows that like he's nothing they've been up against before. I do think he's a little overpowered, but I see why they did that again, because this is a whole new threat that like Sonic and his team is all used to fighting or taking it on before after they did in the second movie, but like Shadow is a totally different beast.
Yes.
So, and I love this. I love everything that y'all said. This is where I get hot. So I love the fact that they did the city thing, because in Sonic Adventure 2, first level, a Shadow is in the city with the iconic music. He's going through the grinding and the loop-de-loops and different parts of the expressway, busted up, all that. So he's in the city, But let's keep it a buck, bro. Up to this point in the movie, where did Shadow come from? How did he get created?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
nobody knows yet.
Nobody knows. It's just like, here comes a new threat. But how? You know what I'm saying? Like, but how? Like, it's like the movie started off strong, but we don't have no recollection of where this dude came from. All we saw was him in the chamber at the end of Sonic 2, but no backstory.
There's a part in the movie where they explain it, but like it's like again, it's not 2-to-1 from the games.
Oh
in the game, like Gerald Robotnik is the one who made him. In the movie, they just had him like come down from like a meteorite, like he's like an alien or something. Like I know they call them aliens, but like this is what the thing they're going for. So it's like very like blink and miss it. That's his backstory. He's just here now.
Right.
That's where I'm like, okay, y'all, like y'all brushed over that like it was just a crumb on the floor and you just swept it away. Like, bro, just meteor comes down, well, he's the most powerful thing now. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I just would have. I felt like okay, it don't got to be 1-to-1, but can we get a little bit more, a little bit better introduction than the Spider-Man 3? How did the Black Spider-Man come? A
Yeah.
meteor. Okay,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
meteor came over Spider-Man while he was sleeping. Okay, like dude, like can y'all build that a little bit better than that? Like, come on, man. This like they gave him the most generic origin story concerning how powerful this dude is.
Well,
You know?
the thing is that it's easy to write. If they're alien and they come from another planet, it's easy to write that in and just be like, okay, and the audience will believe it. So,
Well,
I mean,
and that's
it essentially is the truth with the games and with the source material. So, the way they executed it is different now. And
yeah, they have to condense it because there's so much lore there that general audiences are not going to get or not even going to care about.
yeah,
yeah, because at the end of the day, it's like that's why I said in the previous videos they played it too safe. Like they took what was good and it would have been safe to potentially release as is, but then they condensed it even safer. It was like, look, we got to do this like dummy style. Like we just say it was this, okay? D- Don't question it. Just say it was this, and then okay, we'll write it. We'll write it. We'll write it. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So here you got Knuckles. He's like, I definitely want to fight him. They like, no, we don't want to fight him. He's like, so Knuckles jumps in, and this is so cool because he had his back turned because he was like, you guys jumped out of a gun helicopter. I don't have anything to say to you. And then he started to walk off, and Knuckles is like, no, I'm finna fire on this dude. And then dude, I loved it how he turned around and he just teleported right in front of him like that. And Knuckles is like, oh man, this when he knew he messed up. He messed up. So he got hit. He got bodied. And Sonic was like, oh, he can't take all of us. He took all of them. Took all of them down. And what was crazy is that this shot right here, did y'all pick up on this?
Yep,
Cool.
yep.
I
It's
was screaming when I saw this.
and that's literally one of like the 2-to-1 shots from the game where it's like that was taken straight from Shadow's game in the intro. Like
Yeah.
Sonic is falling over and Shadow just is like right behind him. That was perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't pick up on that. It's been a while since I played the second game, so I didn't pick up on that. That's cold though.
That
Y'all
was
saying that's what it is. That's cold.
that was an awesome nod that I thought was cool. So then he gets on a motorcycle, pops up
Picked up the blicky.
the blinky.
I don't understand at all in no games, bro. For real.
Dude. Now, I'm thinking back on this part of the movie, and I'm just thinking to myself, Sonic and the characters are a lot shorter than an actual human. So how is he able to fit full size on this human motorcycle? Did y'all notice that?
Yeah, I kind of noticed that because my other thing was Shadow's introduction was on the skates, not coming in on a motorcycle. You know what I'm saying? So he obviously just copped this bike that was just hanging out, but the other side of it is where he get the Glock from. You know what I'm saying? Where he get that from, bro? You know, like
Yeah,
Go ahead, Quills.
yeah. No, this scene was just pure fan service at that point because like he had the motorcycle and the gun in his own game, so they just had to like include this whole scene with him riding it for a little bit.
okay. So this is from the game. Okay, because I don't remember this. I missed this.
So this is a whole mechanic in Shadow the Hedgehog where you can ride vehicles, you can pick up weapons, guns, and different type of like machine guns. You have shotguns, you have the regular pistols.
Bro, I'm gonna play this game. Oh man, I'm gonna end this stream right now, bro. For real. It's on Steam, bro.
Nah, no, don't get me wrong. The game, in my opinion, was terrible. But at the time, there was just a lot of edginess with games at the time where it's like characters were just trying to be hard for no reason. They had to do that with Sonic.
Yeah, because I remember this now. This was a PS2 game, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
GameCube, PS2, Xbox.
I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. So he drives off. He's like, "Don't follow me." I like this close up of Sonic and Tails. Sonic is looking serious right here, yo.
Yeah, no, I like this shot. This is the first shot that I realized he was just as angry as Shadow. You know what I mean? Like his personality was changing. Like, you know what? This dude looked like me, and I don't know what's going on, but we gotta stop this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is what I was like, I was telling Z Server before, is like I like when they kind of balance his seriousness and his his corniness, because Sonic is both corny and cool, but like when he locks in, he locks all the way in. And I wanted more things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like especially when he turned Super Sonic. So he was locked in, bro. He was locked in, but they had to soften him up. We're gonna talk about that later.
Just like Goku, huh?
Yep. Just like Goku. He could be a savage, but he also can have a heart.
Yep. So he goes after Shadow, and Tails is like, "Sonic, I know that look. Don't do this. Don't follow him." He's like, nah. So he went after him. Shadow was like, shooting at him and everything. I thought it was interesting that they used more like a sci-fi weapon rather than an actual pistol. Because he had an actual pistol in the game. So
we're gonna do some research on that. I'll do my own research on that game, and I'll get back to y'all.
Yeah, I mean, point blank and simple, I think it's because of the PG rating. They're not gonna have an actual gun shooting bullets everywhere.
And that's the other thing I had to, let's be real. He wasn't ever going to land one on Sonic. Let's keep it real. But my man was shooting worse than a stormtrooper, bro. one of those bullets was going in the air, bro. You know what I'm saying? That boy had a thing, dog.
Yeah. So I thought this whole segment was cool. You had Sonic's little antics, jumping through cars, and you know what I'm saying, sliding underneath trucks and everything, just like in the first movie. And we get this iconic shot, man. This shot, it's like across entertainment, they always do this shot. The Kira slide.
It's iconic.
Yep.
That don't look like no normal bike, bro. That look like it's specifically tailored towards him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is it a crotch rocket or something? Like,
yeah.
Cause he's fitting like a full body, like a full size human on that bike. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting, but they had to do it for the fan service, So
definitely.
Right.
Yeah, I think there were some people.
Yeah, I think in the game
there were some people that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, there were some people that did like the game, so they gotta at least appeal to them. I mean, from what y'all describing, it sounds like something outplay. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
Yeah, you got to watch that intro to Shadow the Hedgehog. Like the intro go hard. The game itself is kind of just in my opinion.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it definitely does. All right. So then you get the shot when they clash with each other. So I thought this was cool.
Another classic anime moment.
Yep.
So they clash, and now we jump to everything go out, the lights go out in the city, and we jump to this scene here. When I first saw this, I really wasn't understanding what I was seeing, but it looks like it. I guess it's like a restaurant, some type of restaurant with and they call it the Child Garden. Am I right with that?
Cheese.
Yeah, it's a reference to the games again. It's like, and they turned it into a restaurant because in Japan they have all these like themed restaurants everywhere for tourists to go, and they kind of turned this into like a Chuck E. Cheese themed kids amusement thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go there.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, I go.
For real.
Hey, real, like,
Has some entertainment and whatnot. All right.
My only thing with that is like because this scene happened literally right after they fought Shadow. It's just like it kind of takes you out a little bit. It's like it was like a complete halt. Like that's
Yeah.
what one of my problems with the movie was the pacing. I was like, okay, we just fought Shadow and then they just got their buzz whooped. Now they going here.
having to build like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like they all recovered and stuff. Like they barely even worried about this dude.
Right.
Now, are these little characters that are in these costumes, these little mascots, are these the things that come out of those capsules after you defeat an enemy?
No.
Okay, because they'd be like little stuffed animals that come out the capsules when you defeat the robots in Sonic Adventure.
So do you remember Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, where you have the child garden? You go and you have these eggs, you hatch the eggs, and these child come out. Depending on how you nurture the egg, they come out different colors and whatnot. And so, yeah, these are the characters.
Yeah, another cute game reference to the fans.
Yeah, I knew watching this I should have been up on the game and have it fresh on my mind, so I could really recognize everything as they show it. But it's cool.
So I didn't get the screenshot, but Sonic after fighting with Shadow and they clash, Sonic finds himself awake. He comes to and he's shackled down by the handcuffs that they was gonna use against Shadow. And so they get him uncuffed and they arrive at this child garden and they run into the Commander Walters. And so Commander Walters, this is where we get the expedition and the explanation behind Shadow, where he came from and what's really going on. And so Commander Walters has a lot of history with Shadow, which was also shown in the game Shadow the Hedgehog with Commander Walters. And so here he goes and talking about when they found the meteorite and they saw Shadow inside the meteorite. They acquired it, capsuled it up, and they see that it was a life form within that, which was Shadow. So again, this is what they changed for the audience to simplify everything. And so they began doing experiments, and they found out that Shadow has chaos energy, and they can use this chaos energy for the betterment of mankind. And so, just plain as that. What's the next screenshot here? So initially I thought this is what they were going to pose as Gerald right here, because he's right in front. But obviously that's not Gerald. It's a regular professor. So while they were experimenting with Shadow, things went wrong. And
We're gonna edit that out. So let me pause real quick.
Yeah, and actually, it came up at a time where like I only had an hour to record a little bit, so I do got to bounce it at the moment now.
All right,
cool.
Well,
Yeah, I wish I could stay and keep going and get to the really juicy parts, but like it's all good. I'll definitely watch this when it's posted.
Well, hey, tell you what. Before we stop, why don't you just give your thoughts on some of the juicy parts? Like, what is it that you really want to talk about? And then,
hold on, let me restart the recording, and then all right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
So when we get to the third act and we got Super Sonic and Super Shadow, going at it, I feel like this is the first time we're seeing Dragon Ball Z in live action. Like, you know, we got this before we actually got a real movie from Dragon Ball. So I think they did a phenomenal job with that. This is where like the story really took off for me. It was like almost 2 to 1 from the games. You know, the scene with them just going at it in space, and when they powered up together. You know, after like having a little heart to heart on the moon. You know that one scene with the song coming in, Live and Learn. That just took it to the sky for me. I loved it. But yeah, I feel like this was definitely the best of the trilogy. I feel like they really did a great job, making a decently good adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2. I'm excited to see what they do with the fourth movie because I know they're talking about introducing more characters, they're expanding the lore, and just to fast tail it to like the ending with the cameos and stuff like that. You know, that's gonna be hard going forward because there's so many theories about how Metal Sonic and Amy when they come into play. Um, a lot of people are talking about like Sonic CD, Sonic Heroes. So they're gonna bring more characters in there, and it's just they got a lot to work with. So I'm excited for that.
Yes, indeed.
I would say I was not expecting because I don't think I remember it from the games, but I was not expecting Shadow to go Supersonic as well. That was cold. I thought it was gonna be Supersonic versus Base Shadow, and he was gonna put up a fight. When they both went super, bro, I was like, yeah, this is going crazy right now. They're going
It
crazy.
was going crazy. It was straight. They was throwing straight hands, and I love that scene where like Sonic had his like complete rage break moment and knocked this dude to the moon.
Knocked him to the moon, bro.
Yeah, and I just like too how he knew he wasn't gonna go up against him unless he had all of him because he knew he was gonna have to go Supersonic in order to fight him. I really like how like he came to that conclusion on his own. It wasn't like, hey, we have to power you up. It was like, no, I know what I gotta do. So it was like rage mode. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he was like, tell me where that emerald is, the master emerald. And Knuckles was like, I can't tell you that. And he was about to throw hands with Knuckles, but then Knuckles got soft. I was like, come on, man, that was gonna be cold, bro.
That was gonna be cold because like everybody want to see another fight between them two. But I will say I do like that they gave Knuckles some character development because even though he was ready to throw down, he was like, I'm the mature one in this group right now. I gotta let you calm down. So handle your business. Do what you gotta do. I do love that they gave him that. Now they didn't make him seem like a meathead all the time.
Yeah. That was like one of my favorite moments of him in the movie too. It was like, okay, now this is the classic moment. Now he about to throw hands with Knuckles. Not only Shadow but Knuckles. And then it was like, okay, nah, y'all can't be blueing us like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no pooling. Y'all didn't blue us real hard on that one. So, but yeah, man, that was dope. So
Yeah.
I know we don't got all the time in the world. So Quillz, bro, appreciate your input, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to chime in with the show.
Yeah, most definitely. Thanks for having me. I'll catch y'all later.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make sure y'all tune in with Quillz. I'll put his link to his YouTube channel in the description. Thanks again, Quillz.
All right.
Yeah. Take it easy, bro.
Yep. All right, so let's get back to.
I paused it because I gotta.
Yeah, everybody, shout out to Quillz for coming in and giving his input. Check him out in the description.
Yes, sir.
So let's get back to our discussion here, talking about the movie. So backing up where we were in the story, we're going to let's go here to the part where Gerald had an incident with Shadow. He was arrested, taken into custody, and the commander is relating how he saw Shadow, had to put him in containment. So here you see, you go into containment. They get rescued from, what's this guy's name? Robotnik's sidekick.
Yeah, I don't know, that little coffee maker dude. Yeah.
Yeah. He's so forgettable, we can't even think of his name.
That's what I'm saying, for real, bro. But yeah.
He gets rescued, They get rescued from him unknowing that that's him. They talk to the commander. He gives them this key to the Eclipse cannon. This is one of the keys. So this is the MacGuffin of the movie. He passes out. Then they escape, and they find Robotnik watching this movie about these twin brothers. Bro,
no, that's crazy.
this dude is so disgusting, bro.
Yes, bro.
Did you see how this dude is living right now?
Yes, bro. This dude living worse than Thanos when when he snapped his fingers. For real. Come on, man.
And here we see Sonic and his friends catching him off guard. So I thought this scene was pretty funny.
Yeah. I was laughing. We were both laughing when we saw it. Dude was in there slapping his fat, disgusting belly.
Yeah.
In there. But yeah, bro.
So he get activated, shave his head, gets into his outfit and everything.
Bro, what's up with that Punjabi at the top, bro? You get these photos.
Don't worry.
Come on, bro. Come on. What kind of websites you on, bro? Any thumbnails from, bro?
So here you get a flashback of Shadow with Maria. Now, what you think about Maria, bro?
Bro, this is the stuff that I didn't like. Honestly, this is the part where I felt like they played it so safe, bro.
Really?
Yes, because the true origin was Black Doom's DNA was infused to make Shadow, and the purpose was to create an ultimate life form to save Maria from a illness, a lethal illness. Okay, instead of them doing that, they decided it was just their best friends. You know what I mean?
But they were, though.
In the lore of it.
Yep.
Okay, so then they cut out the whole DNA thing.
What we saw in this movie wasn't shown in the game. They expounded on Maria and Shadow's friendship, so to speak.
But in what timeline was this originally like canon that you got Shadow being best friends with Dr. Robotnik's granddaughter?
This happened before the game started.
So this is before Sonic Adventure 2.
Yep, but this is 50 years before Sonic Adventure 2. So before Sonic was around, before any of the characters was around, this happened.
Okay,
so
do you have a reference work to where people can find this information if you're not Sonic literate? You know,
Wikipedia. It's in Wikipedia.
Okay.
Just play the games, you'll see.
Okay. So then that's just my ignorance, because I'm like, there's nowhere in any of my Shadow lore that I've seen some chick named Maria where this is Dr. Robotnik's granddaughter, and it was just like, I'm looking at this for the first time like, dude, they really just shoehorn this relationship just to make life or light of this Shadow being angry because of this. I mean, it's like the most okay, let's be real, it's one of the most cheesiest ways to create a lore. It was almost like when they were talking about the Tournament of Power, and you got Jiren being this super strong, crazy character, and his story was just some evil dude came to his village, killed his parents, and now he went on a conquest to find him and be the strongest warrior in the world because his parents got murdered. And I'm like, y'all couldn't thought of anything more captivating than that? Oh, I lost a friend. That's it? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm just sitting here like, you took this edgy Shadow the Hedgehog character, you know what I'm saying, who started off real heavy, being mad, you know, busting out of the glass and everything, and it's all because of some friendship with some kid.
Yep, that's the story. So,
okay,
for you coming from the background of not knowing the true story of Shadow and the context around what happened in the games, you're showing you're the avatar for somebody coming into the movie and not knowing about this character and just thinking that this character is a totally different persona. But what you
Yeah.
have to understand is that Shadow is actually a kind creature. He's actually and that's what Maria helped him to be. He became that sympathetic, kind-hearted creature.
Okay.
And so all of that was shattered when she died. She was killed.
Right.
So if that was his best friend, you know what I'm saying? And-
Bro, if you don't keep that buck-tooth rabbit off. If you don't get that buck-tooth rabbit, my god.
This is a cameo of the final boss in Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh, that's
Now, a lot
funny.
of people was upset that this wasn't the climax of the movie. This creature. And so
Really?
we gonna talk about that.
Okay, so
But yeah, so this is the backstory. If you didn't know, Shinzaki, that was the backstory of Shadow.
okay.
And so the fans, generally speaking, they are happy with how they handled that.
Okay.
They're happy.
So the general reception
generally
is
speaking.
yeah, generally it's okay that they portrayed the friendship between Maria and Shadow the way that they did, and him being upset because his friend died, and that's pretty much the fuel for his quote unquote anger.
And you know what we need to do? When we get done with this review at another time, and let us know in the comments too if you guys want to see this. But we need to do a reaction watch of the prequel to Shadow's story. And it's all animated.
Okay, where
It's
can
all
we find that
animated.
at? Where?
It came out right before the last game came out, the Shadow Generations.
Oh, really?
And the animation is immaculate. It is immaculate. And
Bro,
so,
we need to do reaction to that. We need to do reaction to that. So I feel like we should just put that in the queue and just
Yeah.
watch it because
I believe I sent it to you, but it's deep in the archives now. So,
okay.
but yeah, they're really short videos. Like there's 3 parts, I believe, and each one is like, I want to say 10 minutes,
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes.
So this
So
is just a byproduct of it just reminds me of if you want any type of information of this storyline other than just being blindsided, because I mean that's just how it is. If you have some type of insight or persona of what you expect out of a franchise and you don't have the full lore under your belt, you're going to be put in a position where there's certain things that you like and certain things that you don't like, and then it's going to affect your overall viewpoint because you have limited information even though you do have information. So it's like it just reminds me of like, okay, if this is something that you think you're going to like and enjoy, you should get some of these stories underneath your belt before you watch this movie, because it's just going to make a lot more sense to understand things the right way,
But at the same time, if you don't know about the background or anything about this movie and the story, the source material, and you watch the movie, if you don't like how the movie was, then that shows how weak the story could possibly be.
Well,
Because the movie essentially showed us enough for us to appreciate that, okay, this is his friend. This what Shadow was doing before he was encapsulated.
yeah, I think
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just a byproduct of how media was released. That's why they came out with that, like you said, right before Sonic Generations came with Shadow. They had the anime with Maria and Shadow and their friendship portrayed in that. It kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy 15.
Oh my God!
Because if you want any more lore about Noctis and his gang, bruh, you need to watch that anime. Okay? That's why people were so confused and frustrated of that game, because they did not have the anime under their belt to understand.
We're not gonna get on Final Fantasy.
Come on,
15.
bro.
We're not gonna
Come
get
on, bro.
this,
Don't let me cook, bro. Don't let me cook, bro. Don't let me cook. So look, Just how I showed how frustrated I was about Shadow and Maria literally shows you when you don't watch the anime of Final Fantasy 15, you're gonna be frustrated and mad because this game is garbage, quote unquote. All right.
Oh my god.
So let me represent for the Final Fantasy 15 boys out there. All right, let's go. Don't let me cook, bro. Don't let me cook. So I'm just saying, now for somebody like my wife, she has no idea about Sonic and the lore because she hasn't played the games or seen the anime, and she thoroughly enjoyed the movies. So to their defense, they did still bring a really good storyline, even though it wasn't word for word, script for script of the story. They still brought it to life for newcomers to still be able to enjoy and not be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely say I give them credit for that.
Yeah. Yeah. So here, moving on. Gerald pops up after Shadow is reminiscing about Maria. And I like how the contrast between the two doctors, was displayed, where you got Shadow with the old Robotnik and Sonic with the young Robotnik. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was
So I
kind
thought
of
that was
slick.
funny.
Yeah, I only got a few minutes left, bro. So yeah, let's just
Yeah.
burn through these.
So they enter into this base. Shadow pretty much takes everybody out. Sonic discovering that, okay, Shadow had a pass. Shadow swipes him. The doctors meet. They talk about the Eclipse cannon. Now, this cannon is supposed to be attached to the Ark, the space colony Ark in the games. But here we just have the cannon. This is what's different from the actual game. So, again, to simplify things for the audience, they trimmed a lot down for this movie. And so that's why, like you said, when it comes to Destiny 1, when it comes to all these other games that have other stories, when you go back to the original source of those stories, there's something to appreciate and to contrast and compare with what you just seen.
Yeah.
So having that experience, that playthrough of the game is needed at this point,
And then they made it as to where in the movie where he pretty much tricked Gunn into building that, or was it Gunn or was it whoever else?
So in order to get out of prison, he had to build this or design this cannon for Gunn, and in exchange for designing this, Gunn released him from prison.
Yeah.
And so the reason why he's in prison is because of the incident that happened with Shadow 50 years ago.
Right, exactly.
So they get the MacGuffin from Sonic and his friends, lock them up, cause a black hole. This was crazy, bro, how that black hole just sucked everything up.
Yeah.
All right. So then, the Eggmans, they, reminisce, having a good time. Like,
I find it very funny how you put these screenshots in.
You know what I'm saying? They, they just kick it.
I wish we had more time so I could go hard on these photos, bro, because they are hilarious.
Bro. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This, I believe, is a meme I seen on YouTube. One of the, I can't remember the channel, but it was somebody. They had a skit like this, and I remember my nephew, he showed me a clip of that. He was just dying laughing at this dude just tackling Santa Claus into the tree. So I think that was a little reference to that.
Okay.
That meme on YouTube, but
probably was.
But yeah, this was cool. So Tika and Tom, they chilling, they bored, so they decided to go to Gun headquarters, and they decide to infiltrate the front door in their disguises. And so they disguise themselves as those characters from Sonic 2. Tails finds out where Shadow and his sidekick is hiding. This scene, bro.
Bro, this scene had me
this
so
scene
livid,
had
bro.
me screaming.
Bro,
I was
Bro.
like, what?
That scene literally just turned the whole movie into something that you smoke to. Like, if you don't get these two old men out of here dancing like they some Dancing with the Stars, bro. What is that? What's that called? Is it called Dancing with the Stars or something, bro?
Dancing with the Lanes,
Bro, I feel like that was a whole wasted. Like, they could have filled that.
That was a good
in.
5 minutes, 5-10 minutes.
Oh yeah, like how long was y'all planning on drawing that out? You know what I mean?
It was funny because Tails is watching them the whole time going through this segment, and then he's like, "The Eggmans are almost at the vault." They out there dancing.
Literally, dude.
They could have been at the vault the last 10 minutes ago. You know
Exactly. Yeah, that was just trippy, dog.
This was a cool scene. This kind of reminded me of Mega Man NT Warrior with the whole like electronic dome, and you have to break through the force field kind of thing.
Yeah.
If anybody that know, you know. But Sonic gets through somehow with Tails' help because he's not fast enough. But Tails spending time to spin him around and then chuck him in actually increases his speed, which didn't make any sense to me. But hey, it's a movie.
Right.
He
They
gets
gotta
in
have that teamwork,
this whole
you know.
segment with Knuckles breaking in. He wanted to break the glass. They're all affected by the gravity, bro. I was gone at this, dog.
Yeah, this part was funny. Yeah, they trying to get to that little
key.
the key. Yeah.
So Sonic saves Tom from that rubble. Tom goes and disguises himself as the commander to get the key back. So he gets the key back, but Shadow comes and knocks his block off.
Yeah, he knocked him off his square, bro. Not block, square, bro.
Knocked his block off, man.
For real.
So here we got Sonic running in. He's like, So Shadow gets a flashback, like, oh, I guess, he cares about somebody too, like how I care about somebody. But hey, so now they teleport to inside the cannon. This is very reminiscent of the station from the game. So I like how they did that.
Yeah.
There's this classic suits. Same suits from the game. This dude, he comes out of the water. They come out of the water. They lifting off. Classic scene right here with Shadow, like with his arms crossed, standing next to the doctor.
Yep.
Classic. All
right.
So he's bonding with his grandpappy. They going up into space.
Yeah, now
Sonic
this
is
scene
like,
right here.
I need the Master Emerald.
I feel like
Bro,
if they drew this
bro.
out, this would have been like, dude, this would have been like Sonic 3.5 right here. Like if they drew this scene out, bro, man, because this is like,
look, this dude says, if you want to get to the Master Emerald, there's somebody very powerful that's guarding it, and you're gonna have to get through him. Who do you think he's talking about, bro?
Bro,
My initial thought was Chaos. I'm like, are they about to reference Chaos? Is Chaos about to come in this movie? I was like, yo.
I honestly thought
Nope.
Knuckles. I look.
Nope.
Nope. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh,
wait, bro. Who you thought it was?
I thought Knuckles was referring to himself. You know what I mean?
Nah,
I thought that's who he's referring to. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
okay. I for a moment I thought about Chaos, but Chaos. What is the origin of Chaos? Let's get that clear.
All right. See, your if you played the games, bro, you would have walked away from this movie very differently. Because
I played them, but
that's why we're talking about it, because we want both sides of it. We want you know your side as like the the newcomer, and then my side is like the one that has context of everything, you know.
Right. So
And
for
then,
me,
of course, Quinn, he's more versed than both of us, but
right,
um,
bro, we're talking about me
no,
playing the
cut that out.
games at like 12 and 13. You know what I'm saying?
But
Yeah, I got you. But we're talking about me playing the games at like 13, bro. That was so long ago. I have a very
Yeah.
blurry memory of it. From just recently playing it, Chaos is that water dude that got an emerald in him. You know what I mean? The water enemy. And he took on like a couple different forms throughout the game. So that's the first Sonic Adventure.
So in the first Sonic Adventure, Chaos is he's sealed within the Master Emerald. And as you play through that story, you find out the background, the origin of Chaos. Now, once I think, how did it happen? I forget how it happened, but in the anime, lightning struck the Master Emerald, and that's how the emerald shattered. And once the emerald shattered, that's when Angel Island fell. As long as the emerald is together and put in place on a pedestal, the Angel Island would lift up in the air. And so Knuckles' job was to guard that Master Emerald with his life. That was it. And so in the games, once that emerald shattered, you have to find all the pieces back to put it back together so that you can restore Angel Island. That was Knuckles' purpose in the original Sonic Adventure and then Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, because I remember those the whole play segments of Knuckles was you looking for the emeralds and you had to go underwater and do all that stuff. Them boys was definitely hidden in that game, bro. That was not out in the open, bro. That was not out in the open.
So they can still use that storyline in a future Sonic movie with Chaos.
Yes, they can.
But right now, I don't know if they're going to. Well, we're gonna talk about it. But yeah. So Wade has the Master Emerald in his possession. Sonic takes it back, turns super. Dragon Ball reference.
Yep.
So now you got the flashback of Shadow running
moments. Yep.
with Maria. And so, bro, what type of what gun this game came from?
Bro, Destiny. That's an Armalon scout rifle. That's what that is.
Is that Resistance or something?
For real.
Like,
that's Destiny, bro.
Call of Duty Infinite.
I'm gonna tell you, if I could just upload it real quick, bro, that's an Armalon scout rifle, bro. I wish I could pull it up for you. For real. Look it up.
So the guard is supposed to shoot Maria herself in the game. She got shot, my guy. Shot. But in this movie, because it's PG, they had it to where he started to shoot them, but then somebody, knocked the gun out the way.
For the
and
audience,
he ended up hitting one of the capsules.
Yeah.
One of the Chaos capsules, and that's what triggers that explosion, which kills Maria, but somehow doesn't kill Gerald or Shadow.
So for references for the audience, what game shows this scene with Maria and Shadow? Is it Shadow's game or is it Sonic Adventure 2?
Sonic Adventure 2.
Okay.
Sonic Adventure 2 shows right before Maria collapses and dies.
Okay. All right, we're gonna get a Sonic Adventure 2 playthrough done.
How it's shown in Shadow the Hedgehog, but I think it's a little bit more darker.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I played. I only played through that game like once.
So here's the thing. Just for the people, I recently tried to play Sonic Adventure 2. There's a huge issue with the controls on it for Steam. So I believe that was hindering me from playing it because the controls is like half keyboard and mouse and half controller, and it won't fully be controller or something. It's some weird stuff going on with that game for PC. So just be mindful of that if you're trying to play it on PC.
Yeah. So Sonic, he gets the Chaos Emeralds, ramsack Shadow, trying to get revenge for knocking Tom's block off. They end up clashing. Shadow gets a piece of that power. He turns super. Bro, that block right there, when he did that block, bro,
yeah.
like,
I know. Dude was like he was barely moving, bro. That's a Dragon Ball Z reference right there. Like that move, that's like Beerus, where Beerus just standing there with his hand behind his back, and he just put his hand up to block your move. Yeah.
And I didn't get to mention it, but before Sonic showed up, they just saw him flying in the space, and Jared was like, "What is that?" And then Shadow's like, "Are they shooting missiles at us?" He's like, "No, it's going too fast." And then Eggman lifted up the quill, and it turned yellow from blue to yellow. And he's like, "It's him." I was like, "Oh, that's tight, man. That's tight how they did that, bro."
Yep. That's the only way they knew that it was Sonic. So
yeah, but it's cool. It's crazy because, bro, this right here, this bout, when he kept hitting them, if you notice, they were traveling. They were traveling from the forest. Then they was in Egypt.
Yep.
Then they somewhere else. They were literally flying across the earth.
Yeah.
With each punch.
That's a Dragon Ball Z reference, bro. Dragon Ball Z reference.
So, for some reason, they wanted to have this Eggman battle. So while Sonic and Shadow's battling, they're battling on the cannon, and you get their little antics here, bro. Just and I just gotta say, bro, the way they design his color,
yeah, it's
like
it's
it's
Goku
like
Black,
kiss,
bro. It's Goku Black Super Saiyan Rose. That's what they did. Because Shadow's black, you know what I'm saying? And they choose like that pinkish kind of like hue, like for his super mode, you know?
Yeah.
That's funny.
He got so mad of him talking about Tom, which he really didn't say anything about Tom. He was just saying, "Oh, what's his name? Tom."
Yeah.
And Sonic got so mad, he punched him to the moon.
Yeah, dude.
I was screaming. Like, dude, the way they showed their power levels in this movie is like you would never see any of this in the games.
No, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like that dude. Yeah, that was crazy.
It's interesting because Shadow, he kind of gave up at this point because he's like, "Go ahead, like finish it, get your revenge."
Right. That's before he got a piece of that Super Saiyan power. You know what I'm saying? So go back to that.
Sonic,
this scene right here. Yeah. This scene right here. No, the next one. Okay. This scene right here reminded me of Final Fantasy VII Remake, where you talking to Sephiroth and you at the edge of creation. And you had that final battle. I'm like, no, they not, dog. It looked just like Sephiroth and Cloud when they was fighting. Oh man, that's funny.
But yeah, this is Shadow's true nature though. Like he just was clouded. He was blinded by all of this, and so this is when they team up, and he finds like you could still correct things, but when you mess up, you can't fix it by yourself. And this is a nice shot of them right here.
Yeah, this is what really differentiates their character design. Like Shadow's got more eyebrow, like as far as like his eyes, and
his skin is a darker.
Yeah, it's
slightly
darker. Yeah. See, if they did not change those character designs, bro, oh my God, this movie would not be the same.
So this pose is from Sonic 06, I believe.
Okay.
So when they turn super in the Sonic Adventure 2, they have this like little thing, and it's a meme online where they like jerk in the air and they just going like this. But here, I like how they did it in this movie because this is more like a heartfelt, like yeah, let's do this, and they come together with their powers.
Right.
Although that was cool. Look at that close up, man. That close up.
That looks tight.
Lovely.
Yeah. That looks tight.
Yeah. So this is when that iconic music kick in. Live and learn.
Yeah.
And then they go from that epicness to this, bro.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. They're trying to balance out humor with being seriousness, and I'm just gonna keep it real. I just didn't like. I don't know, bro. This ain't the popular, because most people who like Jim Carrey, they just love Jim Carrey. They just, he's the funniest comedian.
I love
But
it.
bro, I don't know. This movie just made me just look at dude like, man, if you, I think it's just maybe he's just too old now or something. Like, I just you can't be acting that goofy and being that old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just really, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it like that.
So,
So
so somehow Tails and Knuckles arrived in space to grab Eggman from falling, and he hits him in the booty with the super quill, and Gerald. This scene where Gerald was vaporized, it was so like anticlimactic, but it was like that was it. Like this,
yeah,
dude
like
just-
that's
he just
literally
goes
it.
out like that.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it was just like
exactly. It's like 2 seconds and then
What?
the whole thing's done with. So
This part right here with the chaos spears, epic,
yeah,
epic. So here's an iconic scene with them blocking the laser. In the game, they were blocking the whole entire arc. And here's another difference from the movie and the game. They sliced the moon in half, pretty much. But in the game, they sliced they blasted a big hole into the earth or the moon, and it was Eggman that did it. It wasn't like, well, yeah, Eggman did it in the movie too, but I'm really curious to see how they're gonna do this for the future movies. Are they going to have Eggman create and like rebuild half of the moon, and then like so half the moon is like organic and then the other half is mechanized, you know what I mean?
yep, yep.
So I wonder if they're gonna do that.
Yeah, so bro, like we gotta fast forward this hard. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So Sonic, he loses his superpower. Shadow, so these rings around his wrist and his ankles, they're inhibitor rings. So basically, Shadow's chaos powers is so unstable that he will literally self-destruct himself and everything around him if he's not careful. So the inhibitor rings keeps that power under control. But because he needs that power in order to push the whole cannon away from the Earth, he has to take the inhibitor rings off. So that was like his final sacrificial move to save humanity. So that was huge.
yeah,
Eggman says his final words. Knuckles saves Tails and Sonic. So they looking up, and they do a final race. Knuckles actually does a move from the games where he digs underground and then comes up. So I thought that was cool. Tails, he got his jetpack like in the games. I thought that was cool.
yep.
And then Sonic doing his iconic move. So
And another reference to Tails, he actually had the airplane in the second movie, which was in Sonic 3,
absolutely.
very beginning level, which I feel like, yeah, that was cool, but dude, the plane could have came back, you know. So
Right. So, and they could have used that to explain how they got into space too.
yeah,
Now here, Sonic runs so fast he ends up in New York. Now here's my theory. I think he actually time traveled because all of a sudden Metal Sonic is here, bum rushes him, got the whole squad, rolling in deep. Now, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one Metal Sonic, but these are all clones, like
Yeah.
Metal Sonic and then Metal Sonic clones,
right,
which is new to me.
right. That's what I thought.
So-
I never looked at Metal Sonic as multiples. It was only just Metal Sonic. It was
Right.
never like multiples. So
So Amy comes and rescues him, and I thought it was interesting that they used her hammer as if it was like Thor's hammer.
yeah, yeah. I was like, dude,
'Cause,
what is
you
this?
know-
I thought this was a magician when I first, before they revealed it was Amy. I thought it was just like please don't tell me they putting wizards in here, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was like, please, bro, this ain't Harry Potter, bro. You know, I was getting low key kind of hot, like.
So if you're thinking like that, then they got. It's a lot of people that was thinking that, like, oh, we got a wizard that's coming on Sonic Adventure 4.
Yeah, I'm
Sonic,
like, bro, like
Sonic
we don't need
movie
to
4.
defile Sonic like this, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
So yeah, what I think is happening is I think Sonic has actually arrived in the future, and if you look at the games, Sonic CD, that's actually a mechanic where he runs so fast that he can either go into the future or go into the past, and so that may be where they're going with Sonic 4, the movie. But other than that, it's like the designs for Amy and Metal Sonic, man,
they're spot
cold.
on. They didn't miss a beat, and this time they didn't use a Knuckles skin and just turned it pink. They actually had a model, you know, that they created for her specific design, which made this even more fire to sit there and wait to watch. Especially even the Metal Sonic looks exactly like, if you would just go on Google and look up Metal Sonic, it's like practically the exact same thing. It looks really good.
1-to-1. And did you see how he twisted, like when he knocked him out the way, he twisted around like.
Yep.
I was like, oh,
like this is gonna take a little more to destroy these Metal Sonics than that. And then he got all of them. Man. So my thing is, for the people who don't know, where did Metal Sonic come from? Is this a creation of Dr. Robotnik or what?
Yes. Metal Sonic was created to surpass Sonic in every way, because Eggman was like, I cannot defeat this dude. He's constantly getting in my way. I need somebody or something to end Sonic for good. And that's why he created Metal Sonic. Now, maybe Metal Sonic's lore is different in the comics. I'm not sure. But
for darn sure it's going to change for the cinema, because as of right now, the regular Robotnik is quote unquote friendly now with the Sonic crew, you know, so we don't have that, you know, enemy relationship that they used to have right now as it stands because of how this movie ended. So they have to be in the future or in the past in order for this to be a thing right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, I'm excited for Sonic
4.
I keep wanting to say Sonic Adventure.
Yeah, but
Sonic the Hedgehog 4. I'm excited.
And I think they're gonna call it something like its own thing, like Sonic Back to the Future or something. I don't think it's gonna be titled Sonic 4. I think they're gonna give it like its own, like kind of like series kind of thing, because you know cinema does 3 movie contracts, so they got 1, 2, and 3. Same thing, you know, Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Star Wars. So I think they're gonna have to renew it with a different naming, because if they do Sonic 4, then they gotta do 5 and 6 to really complete it. So I think they're gonna start this off with just calling it Sonic Twisted Future or something, you know, something that ain't like a number in it, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what they're gonna end up doing with this.
Yeah. So any other closing thoughts that you have with the movie?
So you don't got a screenshot with Shadow picking up the ring? You don't got
but I got a screenshot of Shadow doing this. So if you don't know, this is the opening cutscene to Shadow the Hedgehog. So one of these days, I want to do a reaction video to that opening with you. I want to do a reaction video of the anime, and then I want to do a reaction of the old Sonic the Hedgehog OVA animation. Which has Metal Sonic in that as well.
Let's put it in the queue, bro. Let's do a watch party. We'll get it recorded. We'll talk about it live as we watch it, and we'll throw it in the queue. So with that being said, I gotta head out of here. It's been real, great movie. Of course, there's some things that could have been better, but overall, The movie was great. I think it was a nice conclusion to the trilogy. And I do look forward to seeing how they're going to bring Metal Sonic and Amy to the franchise, what their lore story is going to be, and vice versa. And yeah, especially if Shadow's not dead, we got to see what he's going to be doing, because if you don't know what happened to him in the games, knowing that will kind of help you to really see where they can go with him, knowing that, because I just knew he wasn't dead. He didn't sacrifice himself.
You know what? I wasn't even sharing my screen. I'm sorry. I wasn't even sharing my screen.
Funny. That's funny. Yeah.
So yeah, this is from the game.
This dude got an AK-47.
Man,
they said this dude finna be Malcolm X.
Yep. Oh, yeah, he gonna get it in. So
that's crazy.
So yeah, man. But yep. Thank you guys for watching.
Yes,
let us know what you think down in the comments. Like, subscribe, and to the next one. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
Then who was it? Who locked you up here for trying to conquer the world?
It was